Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the Gnarly Gnome. This, it's called the Weekly Pint. It's a happy hour. It's an excuse for us to hang out, pretend we're sitting at a bar together, having a drink. It's not a show. That's the important thing to note with this, because sometimes things go wrong. And judging by the stack of drinks that I just piled here next to me, there's a lot that can go wrong. Also, I can't figure out my lighting. My lighting is all whack, and I don't know why. Like a whack lighting. That's all right. I did, again, change things, and yeah, when I change things, it never is a good idea. It always means something's not going to work the way it's supposed to. I think that, like, I don't know. I think this needs to be a little higher, maybe. I have no idea. Snow day tomorrow, which has already got me like all off kilter. It's got me all messed up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. As you jump on, please tell me what it is that is in your glass. It doesn't have to be beer. I'm not going to judge you if you're drinking something other than beer. However, I'm going to open a beer here in a second. Actually, maybe not. I'll let you guys decide what's going to happen. Chris is having a Nirvana or bust. Marco's having a psychopathy. Julia's diving into a West Side Honor beer with a shot of peppermint schnapps. That's I can't fault that. Josh is having a Gill from West Side. And Ryan just finished off Warp Wing Killer Brownie with a couple shots of peanut butter whiskey from Cincinnati Distilling. Not sure what's next. Alex is having a Grandpa from Southridge. Remind me of which style Grandpa was, because I don't remember. And Julia says, if I don't have a snow day from work, i.e. a level 3 snow emergency, kids shouldn't get one either. I agree with that. The weird thing is, too, like, when you do the stuff that I do, like, you never get a snow day. Snow days don't exist. It's not a thing. Somehow you still have to find a way to generate some kind of money. And I don't know how to handle that in the winter. This has been the first winter where it's really been a problem. But it's a problem. Alex says it's a brown ale, and then Ryan clarifies and says, isn't Grandpa the brown ale? I think it is. If I remember correctly, it's the brown ale. Before I let you guys decide what I'm going to do to myself and my liver, let's drink something schnappy. Let's drink something schnapp-like. I actually forgot to grab another bottle, so we're going to have to go back here where I still have some Bekarovka stashed. Oh, I can't reach it. Hang on. Oh. Luckily, we always keep schnapps within arm's reach, or schnapp-like substances within arm's reach. And this stuff is delicious. So it's convenient. One of these days, I'm going to get back down to northern Kentucky, where all the schnapps live, and buy some more. It's easier to buy schnapps in Kentucky than it is in Ohio. Just a much better selection. Marco says that he just looked it up. It's a brown ale. I can Google it just to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's a brown ale. All right, Bekarovka. I have a nice little selection tonight that I'm planning on doing, and we could go beer, we could go something else. I'm just going to leave it at that. You'll also notice on the screen, the drunk line is in theory working again. I haven't tested it, so it might work, it might not work. Feel free to try it out. Ooh, oh, it's like, I know it's only been a week since I've had this, but I forgot how good it smells. I bet it tastes good, too. Oh, I bet it's good. It is. Oh. Oh yeah, warms you all down, right into your chest. Um, if we're gonna have a snow day tomorrow, or some semblance of a snow day, this is what I want to be sipping on. I'm gonna drink all of this tomorrow. I'm gonna finish the bottle. It's gonna be gone. I had a little crisis as we were getting ready to go live. I had shifted a bunch of stuff around and moved some cords and stuff here on the desk, and I went to turn everything on, and I flipped the power switch, and everything came on like normal, except for one very, very important thing, and that's my little hop lights. I've had these little hop lights for I don't know how long, forever, and they didn't come on, and I freaked out, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm gonna have to get on Amazon and find these little hop lights again, and luckily, I just grabbed it here and shook it in frustration, and they came back on. But that makes me think that they're on their last leg, and I'm not liking that idea. This is very critical to the functioning of the show. I had to change a microphone cable like not that long ago, and instead of like unwiring the microphone cable, I just tucked it back. Like it's here. It's right here. This is the old one, still like threaded through the stand, and I just ran the new one, and I'm pretty sure that put tension on my hop lights that shouldn't be there. So I probably need to just take it all apart and put it back together properly. These are the things when I talk about chaos in the show, or things not working, or me changing things. It's stuff like that. It's like hop lights. It's nothing that's actually critical to the function of anything. It's stuff that I do to myself. It's ridiculous. Marco says, someone send Gnome some hop lights. No. Like, if anybody's going to do anything, so today, I'm sure that some of you have seen this. I know that some of you have, because the support has been amazing already. The magazine is live. I mean, the magazine itself is not live. It's not done yet. I'm going to say it's close, but it's not even nearly as close as it should be. But the magazine is live. Pre-order subscriptions, I guess we can call it, are live. You can go to Cincy. Actually, I don't even think I put the link on the main site. If you go to cincydrinks.com/shop, you can subscribe to either the print magazine or the digital magazine. We're months away still from the actual magazine going out, but it's coming, and that is the thing that you can do if you want to support somehow. You don't need to send me hop lights. Just subscribe to the magazine, or if you already have, or if you're a Nomi, share it with somebody that you think would be a fan of a magazine about drinking in the city. That's how you can help. That's how you can help with anything. That's the big thing right now. We're in a good spot. Numbers are right where it needs to be. I still need more to make the year make sense. Right now we're definitely good for the first couple issues, and we'll be fine. But I would feel better once I know that year number is hit, and then advertising we can focus on that and start paying some people to write some fun articles and stuff. It's such a headache. It's all a headache. I understand. I was texting somebody earlier about this, and I 100% understand why print media is dead, because it is so much freaking work. It's a completely different animal than running a blog or a podcast or a YouTube channel. Even YouTube is already a big enough headache trying to make videos and trying to do it the right way. And man, yeah, it's a lot. Todd says, I'll guest spot on a bourbon column. I love it. And I will definitely be reaching out. I've had lots of people reaching out willing to write or to create something for the magazine. I will definitely be hitting people up about that, but I want to be able to pay people. And until I can get all of these milestones hit to make sure that we're paying the bills, that's going to have to wait. But I appreciate everybody that has reached out about that. Maybe I need to write an article about Bekarovka. I bet if I wrote an article about Bekarovka, I could get Bekarovka to sponsor. I on the whole, like, advertising side of the magazine, I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't take kind of big brands like Bekarovka, but I don't want that to ever be kind of the focus of the magazine. This is a local focused magazine about drinking in Cincinnati. So I really, 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 really want to keep everything as locally focused as possible. But that's that's a story for another day. Oh, that's so delicious. You know what? If I was going to have somebody that was not local support the magazine, it might be Bekarovka. It's so good. They should probably sponsor this show. You know what? Forget the magazine. They should sponsor the Weekly Pint. Bekarovka, I know you're listening. They always listen. They're big fans of this show. Yeah, you should sponsor. It's delicious. Okay. Drinking Deschutes Kirkland Lager from Costco that I got after hearing it talked about on here last week. Not too bad. I still don't have any. Costco beer. I do have beer, but I'm going to leave this up to you guys, or we can do it by the roll of the dice. You tell me. I have 3 different options, I'm going to call it. 2 of them are beers, and one of them is a different kind of taste test. So we could go beer, or not beer. I don't know how in detail you want me to tell you about the beers. I'm going to put it this way. I have a light beer, a delicious light beer that I know is delicious. I've had it. I have a hoppy beer that I have not had yet, or I've got something else. And you guys can pick the first. I'm going to say the first person that pops up on the chat for me that tells me something. We'll let that be the choice. Let's be honest, I'm probably going to get to more than one thing, so keep that in mind. I can tell you what I want. Ryan jumps in first with something else. So does John. Julia says hoppy beer. Chris says hoppy beer. Okay. Marco says something else. Something else is winning. Okay, we're going to start with something else, and then we'll go to the hoppy beer. How about that? The one that did not get voted for, the light and delicious beer. I've got a Brink Pinnacle. This is their German Pilsner. It is so good. But you guys didn't vote for it, so I missed the button. There it is. You didn't vote for it, so it's gone. I mean, it's not gone. Again, maybe I'll drink it later. Something else. Okay. This was a video that I had been planning to do for YouTube that has then gone, well, it kind of got bumped a little bit by one thing, and then it got bumped by another thing, and then quickly it started getting way down the list. And then let me just tell you, I bought a bunch of tea from Jungle Gyms a while back. And they have these goofy labels slapped on them because none of it's in English. There were different Asian teas, and I had 4 of them, and I was going to figure out different types of booze that you could mix with tea and see what booze went with different types of tea better. But then there was a couple days where I was down here in my office getting some work done, and I was just thirsty for something cold, and I didn't want water, and I didn't have anything else down here that made sense, and I didn't want to go upstairs. And then I just kept opening the fridge and seeing these teas hanging out there. So I drank them all, even though they're supposed to be for a video. That's what's hard. Like, I try really hard to always keep things that I have in mind for a video here in the studio in this fridge so that I can't get to them. But then I'm putting them in there. And then during the day when I get thirsty, it's me that's thirsty. So it's really hard to hide the drinks from myself. I don't know how to do it. If anybody has any ideas of how I can hide things from myself, please let me know. But I'm going to go that same kind of idea here. I'm going to figure out what booze goes best in this tea. And this is Poca. I think it's peach oolong tea. I can't tell because they slap this goofy label just right on the can, so you can't see the actual artwork at all. I hate that. And if this was like my can that I designed, if I was Poca himself or herself, I'd be mad. I'm seeing if I could peel it off. I can't see. It's not even peelable. I can't even see what the artwork looks like. Oh, wait. There we go. Nope. It's just going to shred. Yeah, it's peach oolong tea. Poca. Ingredients are water, oolong tea, sucrose, peach juice, artificial flavor, sodium bicarbonate, ascorbic acid as an antioxidant. Cool. It's less than 1% peach juice. So, peach, you guys tell me what type of booze you think would go best with peach oolong tea. The other ones that I had that were the same brand and that kind of fit with this were not very sweet. They were actually kind of just watery and not very good. So I have a couple ideas, but you guys tell me what you think would be good, and I'll tell you if we were anywhere close to the same wavelength here. Josh says bourbon probably. Okay, we'll try that first. We got a taster glass. Crack this thing open. Julia says vodka. No, not doing vodka. Okay. There's our first taste of tea. Bourbon. I went with Maker's Mark. Marco says Everclear. You guys are so far off of things that I have selected. All right. I don't know how much bourbon you add to this, so we're just going to go, I guess like that. I don't even know. Ooh, Chris says amaretto. That's I didn't think of that, but that might actually be good. Okay, this is our bourbon peach tea. Bourbon was the first thing that popped into my head. I thought bourbon peaches, it just sounded right. This has little suspended floaties, kind of like my non-alcoholic beer did. Oh, God, that smells great. I think it's the bourbon that I'm smelling, but now I need to smell it just by itself. I think it might be the peach that I'm getting. Nope. It's just boozy peaches. It's like peach bourbon. And so not carbonated at all, which I guess you can tell with looking at it. That was a little bit of bourbon. Yeah, that's a little boozy. Okay. Here's the thing. The reason that the one tea that I didn't drink was the peach tea is because I don't really love peaches, especially like this artificial peach flavor. I don't love it. And I don't know if I'm going to love any of them because of that. Julia says Bekarovka. I could mix Bekarovka, but that was not one of my choices. And before anybody says it, no, Malort. Malort is not one of them either, even though it's sitting right here. Not going to happen. That sounds like the peach is already not great. Peach and Malort. I stopped out today for lunch. I stopped out at this place in Hamilton, this new spot called The Gray, which is part of a bigger restaurant. It's like a coffee shop in the morning and then a bar in the evening. Really, really great space. If anybody's in the area, go there, and they have lunch now. And I had these meatballs, and they were great. But I was looking through the cocktail menu, and one of the cocktails was a Malort cocktail, one of the special cocktails of the month. And I really, really wanted to hang out longer and sit and drink Malort cocktails and see if it was any good, but I didn't. And I'm kind of regretting that. One of these days, one of the shows that is very high on the list of future episodes of Drinking with the Gnome is a Malort episode. And in that episode, we're going to be trying some Malort cocktails around town. So, let's see. Chris says the Gray was there first, then the other place opened. Yes, but they're all part of the same concept. It's all the same thing. While I'm drinking all of these boozy teas, we should get to today's topic, which is just kind of one topic, but it kind of spans a couple different things. And with it, I do have some label approvals I can go through. I called this Redacted because this has been a very strange week for me. I have to put this out there for any brewery that happens to be listening. If you have news or some kind of thing that's getting ready to happen with you, and you specifically don't want me to talk about it, I'm not guaranteeing I'm going to ever talk about it, but if you specifically don't want me to, if you're afraid that I'm going to talk about something, or you think there's a chance that I might talk about something on this show, or on the blog, or on Facebook, or anywhere, and you don't want me to, all you have to do is send me a message. It can be a Facebook message, an email, a text message. You can call the drunk line right now. You could call right now, live on the show, and say, "Hey, Gnome, it's me. It's Jim Cook from Sam Adams. I can't tell you what's about to happen, but there's going to be some news. Don't talk about it until the press release comes out." You could do that, and I will be fine with it. Jim Cook, he's also a big listener of this show. I would do that, and that's fine. And that offer always stands with everybody. You know what? As I say that, you know what? I put that offer out there. There is a chance that I will say F you, and I will still talk about it. That is possible. There could be like, it would probably be bad news. Probably something that you did that was bad. I would probably talk about that still, even if you asked me not to. Probably. It's never happened that somebody reached out and said, "Man, I did something bad. Please don't talk about it." But I would probably not do that. But there have been plenty of times throughout the history of what I do that somebody has asked me not to talk about something. Sometimes it makes me mad when they do that, and I'm going to be completely honest about that too. There have been times that somebody knew that I had some kind of access to some kind of information, and they reached out to me and said, "Hey, I know you probably saw this, or I know that somebody probably told you about this. We'll talk about it soon. Please don't put it out there." Only because they wanted to give the story to somebody else. There's a whole... Hang on. We're going to need more booze to get into this. Hang on. Let me finish this, and we'll get another pour into that glass. So bourbon, okay, not great. I have two more. What's another booze that you guys are thinking? I have two more boozes sitting here. I have one that you guys might guess and one that you're not going to guess. I'm going to put my hand on the one that I think you might guess. I'm going to slowly move it over right here. And I'm going to... Oh, there we go, Julia. Good job. rum. Rum and peach tea sounded good to me. This is from White Dog up in Middletown, which is actually like, this is great rum, which I know I'm saying it like I'm shocked, but White Dog is small enough that I've always felt like they shouldn't have great booze, which I know is kind of a jerk thing to say, because we all know size doesn't matter. However, I've always been kind of happily surprised about the quality of what they're making. Okay. Julia says, is the third gin? No, I said that you're not going to guess it. Chris says, why is the rum gone? The rum is never gone in this house. Like, I've got a lot of booze in the house, and like there's a good chance that I'm not going to run out of anything. But with that being said, like a good snowstorm, like I got a little worried about some things when it snowed last week. Was it last week? I think it was last week. It feels like it's been like 6 months. But I was a little worried about some things running out. Nothing ran out, don't worry. But rum is one of the things that will never run out in this house. All right, let me try this, and then we'll talk about the news. Okay. Ooh, this smells better. Okay. Wow. Okay, this one smells boozy, but like sweet boozy, which I think is a musical artist. Sweet boozy. Well, that's shaboozy. Never mind. Okay. Ooh. Oh, okay. Is there peach rum? Does somebody make a peach rum? Because that's good. All right, Rob says that I need to make it to Scotty's 22 in Washington Courthouse. It's so good. Look, that's a haul. I would love to get up there, but man, like that's probably like from me here in Fairfield. God, that's got to be at least an hour to drive. Maybe like on the way, if I'm headed up to, I don't know, Columbus or something, maybe make a little side trip and figure that out. Ryan wants to know if I have some favorite rums. Yeah. So this one is up there. Like this White Dog rum is really, really good, just straight rum. Carrigan always had a great rum. I haven't tried it in a long time. I don't know when the last time they've made a batch of their rum is, but it's really, really good. As far as like bigger kind of brands, what is the place when we were, the last time we were down in North Carolina, there was a little, craft distillery there in, Kill Devil Hills maybe, or somewhere around there. I've got a mug over in my office. Kind of like a pirate ship. What is that place called? Oh, it was so good. I've got it. I might have some of it sitting out there. It's like a pecan rum. Oh, it was so good. What is that place called? Outer Banks Distillery, maybe? I don't even know. It was so good, though. Outer Banks Distilling Company. I bet that's something close to it. I like that. As far as like just straight, like walk into the store and John says Outer Banks. Yeah, I mean it was like their rum was good. The pecan rum was fantastic. I like some good funky boozy rum, like Ray and Nephew, like that's really kind of my jam. But I've never met a rum that I don't enjoy. I'm looking over at one on the shelf that I don't love. It's fine. Like I'll still drink it, and I do still drink it. But yeah, rum is my jam. I think that rum might be my favorite spirit. Okay, let's get to this whole like redacted story here. There are places that will reach out to me and tell me not to talk about something or not to write about something. Ask me not to talk about something or write about something, only because they want somebody else that wants the exclusive on the story to write about it first. That gets under my skin. And if I'm not saying that this happens or has happened or is happening, if that happens, it pisses me off. And when I get pissed off about something, it makes me work really hard at things to also piss people off. And that's one of the joys that I get being kind of a free spirited beer blogger, drink blogger. I'm not beholden to anybody. And when I started doing what I do, there were a lot of people within the local media, and there was a lot of people that were kind of crappy about being in the local media, and were territorial, I guess is a good way to put it. And with that, they were a little mean to people like me, and there were lots of people like me that were trying to do something, trying to create something, and were being, I guess, gatekeeping is one of those words that people like to throw out there that was happening to folks like me. And because of that, I don't know if maybe I've got a chip on my shoulder, maybe like I'm a little sensitive to when that happens to me or other people, but it fires me up. And again, this is not what's happening right now. I have not experienced that at all this week. But it's reminded me of that. And I guess maybe I want to let anybody that's out there right now that is trying to create content, be it about beer or anything. If you're trying to do something and there are other people that are trying to stop you from doing that, find your community and lean into it really hard and just be better than everybody else that is doing it. Because we live in a world where the power of media has shifted from these big companies to people like you. And if you don't think that's true, if you think that the local news or national news or some big giant website or something is more powerful than just you creating content in your basement, you're wrong. Be it through social media or be it through an email chain or through good old-fashioned word of mouth, you can grow faster and more genuine than the big players ever can. And I wish so much that I had understood that when I was getting started. I had understood it, and I had somebody that was reminding me of that as I was going, because there were so many periods of time where I felt like I wasn't going to be able to do what I wanted to do. I felt that that there was going to be somebody that was going to stop it from happening, and that I was going to be speaking into a void, or be prevented from talking about something that I wanted to talk about. And I know that this is not the same thing, but when I hit like those, I'm going to call it a roadblock. When I hit one of those moments where there's something that I want to write about and somebody asks me not to, it taps into this thing in the back of my head that reminds me of those moments. And I know that it's different, but it makes me, not that it makes me want to like give somebody the middle finger and just do it anyways. That's not what I'm saying. But it makes me want to do it better when I can. If that makes sense. Like I think that if and I'm going to, because this is my my experience or my perspective, I'm going to say the beer industry. If there's a brewery that reaches out to me and says, "Hey, we've got," I'm going to use something stupid, or no, maybe not something stupid. Maybe a good example. Like there's a brewery that reaches out and says, "Hey, man, we're looking at a new spot. Like we're gonna expand. We're gonna open another tap room." This is not any news story that is happening right now. I mean, that news story is happening, but it's not an example that I'm actually referring to. We're expanding. We want to open a new tap room. We are talking to a developer, and I'm pretty sure that somebody and somewhere along this chain is probably going to reach out to you, because that's kind of what people do. That's one of the advantages of growing as a blogger. There is always somebody that reaches out and leaks stuff to you because it's fun to talk about stuff. Somebody might reach out to you. Just please don't talk about this. Like we'll talk about it when we can talk about it. That would be the easier way to do it. If you just reach out ahead of time, say, "Hey, here's all the information that we've got right now. Just please don't write about it yet. As soon as like we can, I promise, like we'll sit down and we'll talk about it, and we'll make some good content about it. But please don't do it yet because we don't want it to be out there yet." That's a fine way to do it. And as a blogger, having that contact and that access makes the end article better. And at the end of the day, that should be what we're trying to do, is make the best content that we can make. It's not about being first. It's not about beating somebody else. It's not about getting the most clicks or making the most money. For the love of God, not about making the most amount of money. It should be about making the best content and connecting with people in the best way possible. Telling people the story that they want to hear, they need to hear, and they should hear about a place or an idea or a product or whatever it is that we're writing about. That should be the end goal of this. And sometimes that gets lost. And I don't want it to ever get lost with me. But sometimes I feel like because there are so many people that are just, I don't know, this race to be the first to everything, that's happening. Sean is late to the peach game. When I worked at Lone Star, we had a drink called Pecos Peach. It was a blend of champagne, rum, peach schnapps, and peach syrup. Okay, that sounds awesome. I don't know that I've ever been to Lone. Yeah, I've been to Lone Star once, I think. Maybe not. I might have been to Lone Star once, if my memory is correct. So I try to drink everywhere that has a bar at all, and I'm pretty sure that the only time I've been to Lone Star, all I did was drink. I think I went there specifically just to sit at the bar and have a few drinks. And I'm trying to remember. I think that, like, was there one in Coleraine? Or is there one in Coleraine? I'm pretty sure I've been to Lone Star. I was going to look it up and see. I have a this is behind the scenes, I guess. I've got this system of notes to keep track of lots of different things, beers that I've had and places that I've been to, and articles that I'm writing. And two of the big sections of my note system are drinks that I've had, obviously, and places that I've been. There is such a backlog of articles that need finished about beers that I've drank, and I'm going to say 3 beers that I've drank, bars that I've been to, and we'll say 2. Beers and bars are the 2 probably biggest backlogs of things that are in my note system. And most of them are really close to being done. They just need, like, I'm going to say 45 minutes of, like, finessing and then formatting and then dropped into the actual website. There is so much content that is just waiting. And I've been trying to build out this framework over the last, like, a few years of the website, trying to kind of prepare it for all of this information. Like, as I go through and keep kind of working on it, like, I find, like, some of these places and some of these beers are, like, so old at this point that I don't even know if it makes sense to put it on there. It's funny. Rob says the peanut shells on the floor at Lone Star is what I remember. I remember Texas Roadhouse having peanut shells on the floor, or they probably all did, I guess. The reason this whole, like, redacted thing has come up is that there has just been a very high percentage of these situations this week, like way higher. Like, I can go like a year without anybody reaching out to me and asking me not to write about something, and then you get a week like this where there's 3 that reach out and say, hey, can you not talk about this? Or in the case of 2 of them, I had already published something, be it on Facebook or on the website, somewhere, and both of them, one of them within like 5 minutes and one of them within a half hour, hey, can you edit this? Or, hey, can you just delete this for right now? So some of you might have seen some of these. If you think you saw something on one of my accounts or pages or platforms, you're like, man, I swear there was something about this on there, and now I can't find it. Yeah, it's because I probably had to delete it, or not had to. Had's the wrong word. I was probably asked to delete it. Okay, you guys aren't going to get this one, so I'm just gonna grab it for you. This is Applejack. Laird's Applejack. This is an old bottle that's been sitting on my bar forever. I love this stuff. This is so good. And I just thought Apple Peach kind of sounded good. We'll find out. All right. Chris says that they did too. Longhorn did not. Okay. Ryan says that's one of the biggest reasons I use Untapped. Second memory. What I have where and what I think of it. That's a good point. Hang on, let me pour this and we'll dive into that for a second. We're just gonna top it off like that, right? Okay. Math adds up. I think Untapped as a note-taking system is fine, and I have definitely throughout history, I've used either Untapped or Rate Beer or whatever it is in that moment to keep track of my notes. Both of them have let me down over time about either the direction of the app or the company itself, and it's made me realize as time goes on that the only system that I trust to keep track of what I drink and what I think about what I drink is my system. I don't trust it existing in any kind of app or platform or anything like that. I want it where I've got it forever. I think about, like, there are times where I want just a file cabinet in my office with a folder system, and you have to go in and pull out a folder and pull out a piece of loose leaf paper, and there's my notes about a beer written on it. There are times where that's how crazy I want it to be. We're not going to get that crazy-ish. That's a story for a different day. I wish I could get into that right now, but I can't. We're at least a couple years away from that story, but there will be a story here, and I will reference this if I remember it. I want my notes to exist in my system, and they do, and I've spent a lot of time kind of figuring that out and kind of refocusing, and I've probably over the years lost a lot of notes about a lot of beers because of that, and that makes me sad. I wish that I had been as thoughtful about it when I started tasting beer, because I would love to go back and kind of revisit some of that stuff. Yeah. All right. This is Applejack and Peach Tea, which, even as I'm saying it, sounds delicious. It smells good. A little more peach heavy than the rum. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I still think the rum's the best. God, see, everything's better with rum. Ryan says, right now, Julia is taking notes about you taking notes. The joke about... Okay. I need to tell you guys something that I've never told Julia. I've never told Marco. I've never told really anybody. My note-taking system is even crazier than Julia's. Julia's got a great note-taking system. She's got these notebooks, like they're actual physical notebooks, and I keep physical notebooks too. Actually, here, I can show you. So, almost everything that I do starts analog. I always have, let's get into it. I always have a notebook with me. This is always in my pocket, no matter where I am. If you ever see me and you doubt this, just ask me to see my notebook, and it's there. It's in my pocket. I just started this one today, so it's not very exciting. I go through these like crazy, field notes, always. This is all of my daily to-dos, and any thought that I have immediately goes right in here. If I'm sitting at a bar and I want to take notes on a beer, usually I try not to take notes in a bar because I think it's rude to the people you're with. But if I'm by myself, I might write in a notebook and take my notes right there. This is the start of everything. From there, this is the center of my universe, is my notebook. And I keep, again, to-do lists, so I track all of my my tasks and my events and all of that stuff. This one isn't filled in yet because it's the future. And then I have, anytime I need to think about something. Okay, so here is Cub Scouts Pinewood Derby. Here is just a scribbling about how many trophies and medals we need, and a couple different websites I can order it from and how much it costs, and just all of that stuff, just where I need to scribble down notes. And then these all get tied together. So this has a little number here with a circle. It says 136 with a circle. That means on page 136, I also was thinking about something about the Pinewood Derby, and that's where that is. All of these, every single week, get then filed into a digital system where all of those get referenced. So when I pull up a digital note in my system, I'm pointing at my computer, if I search for Pinewood Derby and the year, it'll give me a list of every single physical note that I have about the Pinewood Derby, where it is, what notebook it's in. Any other digital notes, there's links to those. For a better example, if I search for Truth Beer Podsequences, it'll give me a list of every single episode of Truth Beer Podsequences that I've listened to and what they talked about on that episode and what they were drinking on that episode and their thoughts about what they were drinking. All of that is in my system. I keep notes on all of this stuff. Every time I watch a video or I listen to a podcast, or for me, anytime I'm out and I track everything I drink if I can. If I'm not like with other people, usually if I'm with people, I try to be present in that. But if I'm just by myself having a beer and trying it, it goes into my notes and all of my thoughts are there and it's all documented in this really, really crazy system, like crazy system. So like I can pull up a beer and in there I can see all of the local podcasts, or I'm going to say podcasts that I've listened to that have talked about that beer, and I can immediately access when they did that and where they were and what their thoughts were if I've listened to it. Like it's a crazy, crazy, crazy system, and maybe unhealthy. how crazy I am about it. Yeah, it's a little nuts. Julia says writing things on paper is so much more helpful for me than trying to do everything digitally. That's where it's crazy. Is almost everything I do starts on paper, and then once a week I process all of those notes into the digital system, and then link everything together. It's nuts. It's nuts. Julia says, ever try one of those notebooks that auto-save written notes digital? Yes. I've never invested in like the really expensive ones. I have one that I don't know if it's Rocketbook. I think so. And it's fine, but I like the actual feeling of pen on paper. And then I also have such like a regimented way of the digital notes and what they look like and how they're structured that I don't write in the notebook the same way that I take notes in the digital system, if that makes sense. They're two different kind of formats. I know this is really nerdy stuff and it's probably not that exciting, but that's like, again, there's a very long story here that maybe one of these days you guys will get to be a part of. But this is a big part of my life, is like this. I'm calling it like a semi-analog system. I would say that I am like way nerdier about both digital and analog systems than any human being should be. But systems. I like systems. Rum is the winner. Definitely rum. Okay. Rum is the winner. Chris says, a couple of the people I work with use the Remarkable, and those are freaking cool. Yeah, Remarkable, I know a couple people have used those, and I've thought about trying one. But I also, every time I think about a way to, connect my analog and my digital systems, I talk myself out of it. And I think that it's because the separation between them is part of what makes it work for me. Is that I like the process of writing on paper, and then I like the organization of a digital system. But the most important part of both of those is the fact that I have to then go at the end of the week and read my notes. I have to go through it all, and I have to physically look at every single line that I write and figure out, is this something that needs to be archived and put into the digital system? Is this something that is important enough to revisit? Or is this just, the grocery list? I think that is probably the most important part of both of those systems. So because I have to do it to get this one into this one, it works. Like if it just automatically goes in there, I'm not going to do that. Like I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to let it go in there. And I think that having to revisit it is the center of all of this thing. This is not a GNOME podcast topic. This is a different show that may or may not already exist, and that one of these days we might talk about. Oh, you guys are killing me. Let's see. Chris says, personally, I have a collection of high-end mechanical pencils. Oh, and fountain pens. Both devices that I have tried to get into and can't. I want to. I have fountain pens. I don't mechanical pencils. I've never gotten into, but I want to. Fountain pens, I just keep trying, and I can't get into it. I like to carry, I have a notebook in my pocket, so I have to carry a pen. So I've Fisher Space Pen. I know a lot of people hate the ink, but I always carry one of these in my pocket. I have several of them, different colors and different actual pens. This is just the best pen. I can't find one form factor wise that works better. As far as what I write with, the Muji ballpoint pens, although this one is almost empty. Like I don't even see any ink in there. I love writing with these, but I carry this with me every single day. So that's what I usually use. But yeah, I would love fountain pens. I would love to use a fountain pen. Even when I'm sitting in my office, I can't get there. Okay, this beer is probably warm at this point. Where are we at on our time? We are at an hour. We are over schedule. That's fine. I try to keep things to under an hour. It's okay. We could go to after show, or we could just keep drinking. Let's keep drinking since tomorrow's already going to be a chaotic snow day. You guys probably already saw it. Truthadelic from Rheingeist. Look, I'm not an IPA guy. I don't love IPA. I mean, I don't hate IPAs, but I don't love IPAs. But I've never tried this one. And lately, I've kind of been drinking more IPAs than usual. And I don't know why, but I've been really kind of liking them. So it seems like a good night. This is an Imperial Hazy IPA. It is 9.5%. Ooh. Tropical fruit aromas and wild notes of ripe berry and zesty citrus. Oh, that sounds great. Man, that sounds good. Wild notes. All right. We'll give that a minute to settle down. Let's see. Marco's yelling for an after show. Just pretend this is the after show. You can call in. Again, I want to remind you, the drunk line is in theory working. I can't guarantee it's working until somebody uses it. Julia says the Olight O-Pen Mini is pretty nice. I don't actually know that one. What is it? Olight O-Pen Mini. Well, there's a Mini 2. Do we like the Mini 2 or the Mini? Oh, yeah, I see that one. It looks small. It looks small on the hand. See, one of the things I like about the Fisher Space Pen is that in my pocket, it's really tiny. But then when you put it together, it's a full-size pen. Like, it just fits so good. Plus, if I ever happen to go to outer space, I can still write. Or if I need to write upside down, I can write upside down. If it's raining, I can write in the rain. Although, field notes are not great for that. These field notes are not great for that. I do keep Right in the Rain notebooks with my camping stuff for my notes. You guys have no idea my systems. All right, Truthadelic. Let me get in here. All right. I feel like all I'm going to smell is peaches at this point. It's not as hazy as I was expecting. Like it's hazy, but it's like as hazy as every IPA is these days. Oh yeah. Like big like tangerine orange. Oh, there's something else there. What is that? Julia's going with the presidents of the USA. I was going Super Mario Brothers movie. This shows what my life has been like in the last few years. Chris says the Russians use pencils to write upside down. I heard some kind of story about that they didn't actually. I can't remember what it was, but look, if what resulted was the Fisher Space Pen, I'm happy with it. I hate pencils. Man, what is that other? Yeah, I get a lot of tangerine. That smells good. That's incredible to me to think that that's hops that I'm smelling. Like I still can't get over that. Like I remember like as a young craft beer drinker, like finding hops for the first time, and they were always those kind of big kind of West Coast American hops, pine and grapefruit, and just these big bitter hops, and like this is so far from that. Oh yeah. Oh man. That's yeah, I mean it's soft, which it's supposed to be. Oh, that's a good beer. It's super fruity, super citrusy, like juicy citrusy. Like it tastes like there's like an orange juice thing. Oh, that's great. Man. I don't know. I don't know that I love this being part of the Truth family, though. I think this is a great beer. But what about this is has anything to do with truth? Okay. If you're gonna make a brand family, all right, let's get controversial here. If you're gonna make a beer that's part of a brand family, that family has to tie back to something. If you're gonna make a Truth brand, let's not use Truth as an example because I don't want to call them out. Let's say I've got a Golden Ale, and I'm like, man, this is my most popular beer. Everybody loves this. We need to do something. I'm going to make an Imperial version of my Golden Ale. That's fine. Just take that same flavor profile and make it bigger and more Imperial. That's okay. And that's good. People like that. Let's make a light version of it. Also, perfect. Take that same flavor profile, lighten it up, make it more easy drinking, lower ABV. Great. But then beyond that, you start to get into like muddy waters. Go like you can go like here's my fruity Golden Ale. Like take some of the same flavor profile, but emphasize some of the fruit. Okay, I can get behind that. Maybe you can go like You know what? Like, depending on what you call it, I guess. Because you could, in my head now, I'm thinking about it, and like you could go like, here is, and let's create a fun name. Let's my my gold nail is called Marco. That's the name of my gold nail in my head. So I've got Imperial Marco. I've got Light Marco. I've got Fruity Marco. What about Bitter Marco? I could do that. Like I could make a more like West Coast version of Marco, my Bitter Marco. Or I could go like I could go Soft Marco. And I could make like a softer like a hazy version of it, or you call it hazy Marco. That's fine too. But like I'm looking for that. I'm still looking for that same personality of Marco, just softer or hazier or more bitter or more imperial. You could say, oh, here's Strawberry Marco. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I think the problem with this for me, and I'm trying to find a problem, I think, because it's not a problem. It's a great beer. But like Truth Adelic Imperial Hazy IPA, it makes me think that it's the same like personality of Truth, and it's not. This has nothing to do with Truth other than the fact that it's an IPA. And I don't love that. I don't love that. I am against this beer because it confuses my expectations of what the beer should be. I've spoken. Donnie Marco. Marco Mark and the Funky Bunch. Oh, yeah, now we're talking. Marco Mark and the Funky Bunch. That's got to be like a fruited Brett IPA, right? Yeah. That's definitely a fruited Brett IPA. Chris says it's just so much smoother than the rest of the Truth line, even the Juicy Truth. Yeah, like it just doesn't fit in. Speaking of, okay, let's look at some labels. I think I pulled any labels that I'm not supposed to show you out of here. I don't hate the beer. Like I think it's good beer. I actually think it's a great beer. I don't like my expectations, how they've been shattered by it. I think I need to hit this one, even though this one says photo stream. I think this might be the right one. Let's see. Yep, I think that's right. Okay. Let's roll through these. There's a whole bunch of mead labels. This is the first one, and it is the only one that still has the Allfather's Mead name on it. Chris says labels are publicly available. Screw them. No. There's a lot of good labels here. I'm gonna roll through the other ones very, very quickly because they're all just forgotten God's meadery name changes, basically. Although this one's weird because the website's right. It says ForgottenGodsMeadery.com. All Father's Meadery. Why? I'm confused. This is the first time I'm looking at this and paying attention to it. Why is the old name with the new website on the same label? And then, okay. I don't understand it. All right, moving on. Here we go. Forgotten Gods. This is Odin, Mead. When I say there's a lot of mead labels, there's a lot. So hang in here for a second. Odin, traditional mead. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything exciting here. Clover. Okay. All right. Chris says the website's confusing right now. They're in the middle of transition, all over the place. Yeah, it's I still have not been in there, and that like even that kind of upsets me because I used to be like so good about getting everywhere, and I recognize my scope has expanded beyond just breweries. So mead is obviously a little outside of that scope, but I should have been there by now. This is Meadow Foam Blossom. And it's sideways now and it makes it hard to read. All right, let's just move through these quick. Hell. Scotch Broom Blossom. I assume that's some kind of a flower. Mjolnir. This one's different. I'm pretty sure this one's probably, a can? Right? Let's see if we have a 500 milliliters. Is that a can? How big is a can? No, that's is that a 16 ounce? How big is a 16 ounce can? Does this one really not say? I thought they had to say. All right, how much is 500 milliliters? Just shy of 17. So it's a 16.9 ounce. That's okay. So smaller bottles, I guess. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Persephone's departure. Elizabeth Huggin. White Stag. There's another one. See, like I don't know the difference. What is the size of this one? Same size. It's got to be just a different bottle, right? Oh, I guess I need to get to the meadery and see why they have different label styles. Like, what is the difference between this one and this one? Why? Different, I guess, bottle shapes, maybe, I guess. But why? Why? Loki, Frigg. Half of these, like, the only reason I know some of the names are because of Marvel movies. I don't know what Blowlear is, but I'm pretty sure it's some kind of a evil sword. Freya. Deer. Wolfman. Fenrir. I don't even know. I can't even pronounce half of these. Mustflim. Wine of the Gods. That's an easy one. Moonin. Moonin? I don't even know. Persephone's Return. Hades. Okay, here we go. Here's some other things. So a bunch of mead. A bunch of mead first. These are 16-ounce cans of some Braxton beers. We'll leave it at that. We have Hopperidge. Got Drift, the wit beer. We have, again, 16-ounce cans of Bavarian lager. 16-ounce can of Switch, their IPA. 16-ounce can, Summer Trip. Oh, man, I love Summer Trip. 16-ounce can, okay. This is a Mexican-style lime lager. Verano. 16-ounce can of Storm. I'm going to say it right now. Storm is one of my favorite beers in the city. Like, I love that beer. I think it's great. I love that it's still around. It's just still, like, it's hard to find a lot of breweries that have, like, one of those core opening beers still on tap, let alone this far after they open. Great beer. Love Storm. I actually don't drink Storm nearly enough. Fabled with a bozu? Bozu? I don't know how to say it. No idea. Mead with blueberries. Why do you have to make your names so difficult? The Blue Priest, or Wabozu, is a Japanese yokai found in many myths and legends. Stories vary widely, but one's man, why is this so? I'm not reading this wrong, right? It's just written wrong. Stories vary widely, but one's things for sure. They're blue and they're scary. Thankfully, this Aobozu is a mead with blueberries. Oh, jeez. Why did they make this? I think that the one things for sure is confusing me. But one's things for sure, they're blue and they're scary. Thankfully, this Abozu, a mead with blueberries, is just blue. The Abozu, is it supposed to be capitalized or not? The Abozu says, don't trample the rocks, don't snap the pine tree, but we say, do treat yourself to a glass of Abozu. I don't even know what any of that means. All right. All right. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna read this one more time. See if I can make sense of this. Okay. It says, the Blue Priest, or Abozu, is a Japanese yokai found in many myths and legends. Stories vary widely, but one's things for sure, they're blue and they're scary. Thankfully, this Abozu, a mead with blueberries, is just blue. The Abozu says, don't trample the rocks, don't snap the pine tree, but we say, do treat yourself to a glass of Abozu. I still don't know what it means. I don't understand. I think that there is some kind of like a myth about something called an Abozu. No, I don't even know. The Abozu says, I don't actually understand any of it. None of it makes sense. I don't understand this. I think that like you can't. Stories vary widely, but one's things for sure, they're blue and they're scary. This Abozu is just blue, so it's not scary. But what does the trample the rocks, don't snap the pine tree, but we say, do treat yourself? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't like this. Yeah, I'm mad. This makes me mad. I'm moving on. New riff, 10-year-old, 100% malted rye whiskey. That's all it says. That's all it needs to say. It's a very simple, very clean label. There we go. That's all I need. Tell me what it is. Little outline of the distillery, signature Brian Sprance, bottle 1 of 100. I need that one. I want that one. This is what I'm talking about. Moving on. This is bourbon. It's just bourbon. It's fine. Okay. I posted on Facebook about this one, and I'm super, super pumped about this. I don't know how deep the collaboration goes, but this is a whiskey from New Riff that is made in collaboration with Rheingeist. And let me flip to the next one so you can get a little better peek at it. It says, Duet brings together two greater American favorites to create... Look how easy this is to read. It makes sense. Duet brings together two greater American favorites to create a unique American whiskey that celebrates shared passion and craft. I gotta zoom in on this, guys. I can't read this. I'm sorry. Shared passion and craft. Featuring 2 types of barley, a key grain in brewing, this barrel-proof blend spotlights the shared roots of beer and whiskey. After aging for at least 6 years in a variety of cask types, New Riff distillers and Rheingeist brewers selected standout barrels that were married together and further aged in Rheingeist in a large foeder, creating a spirit that reflects the character of Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you make a fun collaboration. So they made the whiskey, and it's I'm going to say it's a normal whiskey that uses beer ingredients, which New Riff is really great about using kind of beer-focused ingredients, I'm going to say. But then they took that whiskey and they hung out, and by hung out, I mean they probably just drank a whole bunch together, hung out and had fun, and then went into the distillery and just started sampling a bunch of things. And we're like, yeah, this one's great, and this one's great, now this one's great. And then they just stuck them all together. And then I'm gonna say they then just carried those barrels from Newport up to Rheingeist. There was probably a better process involving plastic and whatever. But in my head, they're just then rolling. They're rolling the barrels just right up Elm Street, and just then rolling them right up the stairs into the tap room, and then back down into the barrel floor. And then they put them in a foeder, and I love that. I love that so much. And then they let them, I don't know if this is a new foeder, an old foeder. Julia says they put them on the streetcar. Maybe. And then they let them hang out in that foeder, and then bottled them. And I think that is beautiful. And I can only assume, and this is an assumption, and I've never heard about this. Nobody told me that this existed. Nobody told me not to talk about this because it's all just out of my head. There's going to be a beer now, right, that comes straight out of that foeder. Like you take the whiskey out of it and then immediately put a beer in, and then we drink that beer. There's got to be like an ink or something that's coming out of the foeder that had this whiskey in it. That's the only thing that my brain can comprehend. Okay, moving on. Oh, I think we're all boring stuff now. No, there's some other good stuff, but this is boring. Weekday Water. This is from Niche Beverage. This is Urban Artifacts contract arm. This is nobody cares about this. It's vodka with natural flavors. No bubbles. It's actually probably pretty good. It should be pretty good. I like not carbonated booze. Taft's, okay. This is interesting. And they are doing these in both 12 ounce and 16 ounce, or in theory are doing these in both 12 ounce and 16 ounce. I did not put the 16 ounce label in this folder, so it's not there. But Seven Hills Amber Ale. This is, and if we zoom in, we can read it. This is Seven Hills Amber Ale is a tribute to Cincinnati's storied landscape and rich heritage. This smooth, medium-bodied ale boasts a warm amber hue and a balanced blend of caramel malt sweetness with a subtle hop finish, crafted for the city of Seven Hills. I don't actually know anything about this beer or why they're making it, or I don't get it. So I have like a confusion about the brands that are under the SinBev umbrella. Let's roll through the rest of these real quick, and then we'll talk about that. Matry, Dreamsicle, just some minor changes here. Dreamsicle, we all know Dreamsicle. Carbless, more of those from Impact. Good Boy Vodka, although this one sounds delicious. Watermelon Lemonade. I could probably dwell on that for a little while because that sounds great, but that's the end of them. Let's. That actually sounds really good. I need that. I need that in my life. Okay. Let me get off of this so I can Let's see what's going on. Synbev. For anybody that doesn't know, Synbev is the company that owns Moreline. They own Little Kings. They own Red Top. They own Burger. They own Taft's. They own a bunch of other brands that are not currently in production. Some of those make a ton of sense. Little Kings, they're doing a great job with it. Moreline, they're doing okay, although the beer sometimes for me is hit and miss. Some of the Taft stuff I think it makes sense. Some of it doesn't, and we talked about that either last week or a couple weeks ago about some of the brands and how it's confusing. This is another one that like I don't get it. I don't understand how Seven Hills Amber and the cartoony artwork says anything about Taft's or makes sense as a Taft's brand. It's almost like they're using Taft's as just like a weird catch-all. And like I don't it's a disservice to what Taft's is supposed to be. I at the same time, like if Taft's was like opening up today and they were like just a brand and they were opening some kind of neighborhood tap room or something and they released packaging that was that Seven Hills Amber, I wouldn't think it was crazy, but maybe I should. Maybe I should or should have, or maybe some of these places that are putting out things like that don't really fit in with their brand. Maybe that's a problem. I think it's a problem. I don't like it. I don't want it to exist. It can exist, just call it something different and brand it something different. It's an amber ale. Like, how many different brands could you do with, just call it bathtub amber and like make some kind of classic branding. I don't know. I don't know. I look at how some of these companies are managing their beers, and it's almost like they're I'm trying to think of a friendly way to put this, and I'm gonna lump a few places together here. Truthadelic, great beer, like a really, really great beer. But I hate the branding. I hate where it sits in the family. It doesn't belong there. This theoretical, because beer is not sitting in front of me. This Seven Hills Amber, I hate it. It doesn't belong there. Like, there are just these things that are happening that just don't make sense. I don't get it. Like, it would be like if look, Madry, there are things that I can complain about with Madry, which are their own episode. But Madry is not creating like I'm trying to think of a good example here. Psychopathy light that is not on brand with what psychopathy has always been. Like, psychopathy has changed and evolved and become a different thing probably than it was on day one, but it's still psychopathy. If what's a better example? Man, I don't know. There are things that just don't need to like drift away from what they are. Find a new way. Chris says, near as I can figure, Taft's house is on Mount Auburn. That's okay. So that's a whole different thing. Taft's Ale House is Yeah, there's some stuff there that I could talk about that I probably can't talk about. Not that I was told not to. Oh, geez. Redacted. There's so much that's been redacted from my life constantly. I wish I can probably okay. Here's what I can say about things that have been redacted. I can tell you that this week I wrote an article about going to Fabled and having their non-alcoholic beer, and I wrote an article about my experience, and wrote it literally sitting at the bar at Fabled, and then was asked to change that article. That's one of my redactions this week. The second redaction was a Facebook post that was a label approval that I was asked to wait on, which is a good one. Oh, it's so good. There's like the label approval in my head right now has spawned 3 different blog posts that I would like to write. It's a good one. Really, really good. Like crazy stuff. The other one, I don't even know how to. No. I need like 3 more Truthadelics before I talk about it. Chris says, what? What on what? Like, what's the what? The what on Fabled or the what on the label approval? Because the Fabled stuff is not crazy. Like I wrote an article, and you can see it in the title of the article, and some people called me out on it. The title is like Fabled made a non-alcoholic beer. Why and how did they do it or something? And then immediately you realize I don't talk at all about how they did it. It's because they didn't want me to talk about how they did it. I can go, I guess, that far and say that. I had this whole section of the article that talks about how they made the beer, because I find that extremely fascinating that a small brewery is making a non-alcoholic beer. And as you know, not as soon as, but I was still there, I think. No, I had left already. It was later that night. They sent me a message and said, "Hey, thanks for talking about the beer, but can you take this entire section out of the blog post? You know, the blog post that says this and this. Can you take this out?" So I changed a whole bunch in there to, fix it. It's a good process. Like I think it's safe. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm not a scientist. Not a scientist. Man, that's a great beer. Is nobody going to try the drunk line to see if it works? If I could call myself, I would. I think that's about it for the show, guys. I don't have anything else to talk about other than snow day tomorrow. And that it's going to make my life very difficult. This week is going to get really chaotic. I've got like this next month is going to be a little weird. Okay. Marco says, okay. I don't know what that means. This next month is going to be crazy for me. So at the end of the month, Oh, that's what he means by okay. He's calling. Or I assume that's Marco. Let's see if it works. In theory, you are on the Weekly Pint. Who is this?
Hey, no, what's up,
Oh
buddy?
my God, it works. You're there. Oh, look at that.
Hey. All right. Well, you asked, so
I did. I just need to see if it worked.
Yeah. So was it the part where they were talking about pasteurizing the beer by putting it through the thing?
I don't know. I don't know what the part was. I don't know. If I had a bleep button, I would bleep you. I don't know.
Well,
yes.
I just said the thing.
Yes, it's not. That's not there.
And...
Nope, that doesn't exist. Nope, it's not in the article. I don't talk about that at all. That doesn't.
Right.
That doesn't exist, man. but yeah, it's the part that was there and that is not there now.
Okay, well, I wouldn't know because
I didn't
read it after the initial reading.
We'll talk about it someday and get our thoughts back and forth about it.
Okay. I feel like I saw the label approval thing too, but
I haven't seen the label approval. I don't know that you have to.
Okay.
Do you have to get a label approval?
No. I'm talking about, wasn't one of the other instances a label approval thing?
Yeah, you might have. Oh, yeah. You might have seen that too. That was only up for a very short period. I think it was like 20 minutes maybe before I got a text that said, "Hey, dude, pull this down." That's the direct quote.
Pull this down.
But there is that.
Can you pull this publicly available thing down?
Well,
please?
Anybody that knows how to get label approvals now is now hunting. And that's the thing that frustrates me because I know it's out there. I know it exists. I know that like somebody's going to talk about it, and I want it to be talked about the right way. And it is such a good story and something that like people aren't going to like talk about the right way. And oh God, I want to talk about it so much, so much. I can't. Drunk Line works. That's cool.
All right, cool. No day tomorrow.
Ryan says, I tried the Golden Goose on Friday, my first ever non-alcoholic beer. It was not for me. It wasn't. It's fine. Like it was an okay beer. Not my favorite either, but it was fine. And I appreciate that they're making one.
Ever NA beer?
That's what he says.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
did you see the Babish that came out like a day or two ago, where he ranked all the NA beers?
I saw it. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw that it was on there.
All right.
I also said that
Rachel was.
Alton Brown did some kind of cocktail one too.
He did. It was great.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one either.
Yeah, it was great. It's an Alton Brown kind of thing where like he shows you the steps to make his own triple sec because he really likes margaritas. And I'm like, okay, this like nobody on earth but you is going to do this. But anyway, good. It's good watching.
I would make a triple sec. Like that'd be fun. I would do it for like again for like content. I think that's where I like content. Like
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, he sous vide the ingredients to make a triple sec.
Right.
But anyways, it was good, and it's full of commercials about how he's touring again.
Yeah.
Even though the last tour was going to be the last tour, but it's not. But the Babish one, I was watching it with Rachel yesterday, and like I've had almost all of those NAs except for maybe two. And it's interesting the way I commented about them versus the way he commented about them. So that's kind of interesting.
Okay. So were your thoughts the same as his or?
No.
Okay.
No, but the thing is, no, because I was rating on what I said was good on whether or not they made what they set out to make versus what he felt tasted the best.
So
that's where the difference is.
I don't know enough about him. Is he a beer guy at all? Does he drink beer? Do we know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he drinks beer.
Like does he drink beer drink beer, or does he like drink like, hey, we're gonna go have some beers and watch the game, kind of drink beer?
So I mean, like, I, he doesn't text me or anything, so I
What?
mean, I don't
Okay, well,
know.
I don't know. I
But I mean,
don't. I don't
but
know.
but but I mean, he will have craft beer,
Mhm.
and he can appreciate I think you find out in the video that it's he knows there's a time and a place for every beer,
Sure.
for all of them, and he expresses that he can understand that. But what he does is he rates them on what he feels just flat out tastes the best to him,
Okay, that's interesting.
which is fine. Which is fine, but I mean, you can think of some of the big beers like a Budweiser Zero. You know,
Right.
did they make a beer that tastes like Budweiser? And the answer is yes.
Right.
And he scored it extremely low because
It
Budweiser
tastes like Budweiser.
because it tastes like Budweiser.
Yeah,
So
and I don't know if that's like, I don't know what the best way to do it is. Like, does the beer taste the most like the style that you're trying to recreate, or does the beer taste the most like something you want to drink? And I guess like he's not doing it wrong. Like if it's
right,
you can make a shitty beer taste shitty, but
yeah.
shouldn't we be trying to make something that tastes good? Yeah.
As the video goes on, you can figure out which one's going to be the beer that he tries last, and you can figure out which NA beer he likes the best. The other thing is there is no ghost pills. There's no
Right.
ghost haze on that. He doesn't have those. But there's a couple on. There's maybe only two that I haven't had. So
Okay.
that was kind of interesting. It was an interesting watch.
Yeah, I'll watch that tonight before I go to bed.
Like
Do I watch that one?
35 or 40 minutes.
Which one do I watch first? That one or the Alton Brown cocktail?
Alton Brown's only like 12. Alton Brown's only like 12 minutes. Babish is like 35 or 38 minutes.
Well, which one do I watch first?
I would watch. What's weird is like I like them both. I told Rachel, I said Babish should have put that video out last month, like at the end of December,
Yeah.
so that people could have had information going into Dry January. But he published the video on the last day of Dry January, which is very interesting.
Well,
as far as a choice,
that goes into like this whole thing that I've been struggling with for the last couple of years of trying to understand like making content to make content because you just want to make it versus making content because it's supposed to hit at the right time. And I understand that he's in a very different type of stage in where he is in his content making business. But like, I as much as I get that you're supposed to play to some kind of algorithm or some kind of Google juice or whatever is happening in the world of the internet, I get it, but I don't care. And like I almost like I respect somebody that just makes the video when they want to make it. Like if you want to make a video about non-alcoholic beer in the middle of like July, do it. Like it's not the best time you can release the video if you want to get the most amount of traffic, but if that's when you want to do it then. Like I don't know. Like I'm almost like starting to like get like, I don't know, like this weird like anti algorithm, I don't know, thing that like I want to do things when I'm not supposed to do them, and I want to write about the things that I'm not supposed to write about, and I want to like make videos about the things that people don't care about because I just want to make them, and like I just to prove that you can, you know.
Well, I get it, and he can have it come out. He can have his NA video come out on the last day of January if he wants. That's fine, but you can't tell me that he didn't have it on his radar for quite a long time, and you can't tell me that he didn't know that if he was using the content for informational purposes, that it could have been helpful a month earlier.
Sure.
Now, it's fine. But the bottom line, he knows that his audience is going to watch whatever he puts out as soon as he puts it out. So, that's fine. What I would say is I would watch Alton Brown first, and then I would watch Babish. That's the order in which I like them, even though I interacted more with the Babish, like Rachel and I were watching it, and I was interacting as far as talking about each one of them. She would ask me, "Have you had that?" And I was like, "Of course I've had that one. Of course I've had that one. You don't remember? You picked that one up for me," and all this other stuff. But anyways, yeah, I would say watch Alton first.
Okay, done. I mean, it's
All
not
right, so
not done,
works.
but that's what I'm watching when I go to bed.
Yeah, I get it. Like the wait is over. You're gonna watch Alton Brown,
right? So, are we getting the snow tonight or tomorrow?
No, it's supposed to be tomorrow, right? It's supposed to hit tomorrow, like 7 or 8 a.m., something like that.
Yeah. Is it going to actually happen though?
Well, I think it's going to happen, and I think it's going to, and it's supposed to end like around 3. And one news station saying that we're going to get like 3 to 5 inches, and Alexa told me about 2 hours ago that I'm going to get like 1.2 inches of snow.
Okay, here,
tomorrow.
Can I check? No, I don't know if I can check Siri while I'm on the phone. Let me try. Let me see. Hey Siri. No, that didn't work. What about the computer? How do I do Siri on the computer? I'll just type Siri.
The voice on the Alexa changed.
Here we go. Okay, it changed. Oh, whoa!
Yeah, it changed.
Which app do you want to open? Who's talking? Oh, it's the iPad. Okay, it's okay. I found new Siri. Here she is. Let me try this. Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't ask you to do anything. Hey Siri, I need to know about snow tomorrow. How much snow are we getting? She's talking somewhere. I don't even. Oh, I hear the home pod in the other room. I don't even know how to talk to Siri anymore. There's too many devices. All right, here we go. I'll hold this. How much snow am I going to get tomorrow? Oh God, I got to turn on location services. What? Well, oh, stop. Yes, do whatever you need to do. Turn it on. This is crazy, Marco. Now she's Googling songs. Okay, here, hang on. Yeah.
I think we're setting off devices across the internet.
Everything's happening. Hey Siri, I need to know how much snow I'm going to get tomorrow. Okay, here we go. Okay, allow. There we go. I just turned it on. For Fairfield, Ohio. No, I don't want you to Google it for me. I want you to... Hey Siri, how much snow am I going to get tomorrow? I already told you to allow it. Okay, here we go. It says mixed rain and snow. What? You're useless. I don't know. It might snow tomorrow. Oh, Chris says I turned off. Oh, I set off this Siri. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do it. This is an after show, and it's not even an after show. We're what? Oh, we're almost at 2 hours. All right, we got to wrap this thing up.
All right, I'll let you go, buddy.
Yeah. Cheers, man. I'll see you
Cheers.
soon-ish. Talk to you soon-ish. I don't know what's happening in the future. I have no idea.
All right. Talk to you soon, buddy. Cheers, everyone. Bye.
See you. Okay, let's wrap this thing up because it's supposed to be like an hour show. She couldn't answer here either. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her. She doesn't know where I am, even though I keep tapping. Here's where I am. It's fine. It's fine. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. look, when people tell you you can't do something, do it. And do it better than they think that you could have done in the first place. I think that's maybe the moral of the story. What did we learn today? Well, we haven't done that in a while. What did we learn? We learned that Bekarovka is still delicious. It's always delicious. It always has been delicious. It always will be delicious. It was made in, when did this thing get invented? Like 1807. It was delicious in 1807, and it's still delicious today. We learned that. We learned that when you have peach tea, hang on to it. Even if you drink all the other teas, you can take that peach tea and dump booze in it. And that booze is good. And it makes the peach tea better. I actually do think it made the peach tea better. It got great. The best was rum. The worst... None of it was worst, but I want to say bourbon, but it was still good. So even your least favorite peach tea can be made better with bourbon. We learned that. We also learned that when people tell you not to do something, just drink things, and you can make hints at what they told you not to do. We learned today... Sean says, unless you're Deshaun Watson, then no means no. Yes. We learned that just because you have a great brand does not mean that you need a family. Your brand does not need a family if it doesn't make any sense. Even if you've got a great product on your hands, it doesn't need a family. We learned that... the show can go on too long. We did learn how deep the rabbit hole gets. The notebook rabbit hole. Yeah, we didn't even scratch the surface, man. We didn't even learn that. You just wait. Just be glad you don't know about the other channel, because it's as nerdy gets, and I'm trying to make it not nerdy before I talk about it. That's fine. We won't talk about the fact that there's another channel. It's fine. There's actually, Nope. Not going there. No, there's not another blog and another YouTube channel and another podcast, and nope, that doesn't exist. We'll see you guys next week. Oh man, same time, same place. Probably the same time, same place. Actually, when. We need to talk about that at some point. At some point, there is going to be a hiccup in this whole thing. We got a few weeks before we need to deal with that. Yep. We got a few weeks. We'll talk about it then. I appreciate you guys. We'll do this again. Thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned for some good stuff that eventually I'll be able to talk about. Not tonight. See you later. Let's see. Tomorrow. Do we predict? I'm going to say 1.5 inches of snow. Here at my house. 1.5 inches. Official prediction from the gnome. Man. Just because I said that, it's going to be bad. Damn it!